Academy, where we are set for another play-in game in the District 7 Single A tournament. It's a boys matchup between the Clay County Bulldogs and the Clarkrange Buffaloes. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Thrilled to be joined by my friend Jacob Vincent. We just saw the Red Bowling Springs Lady Bulldogs punch their ticket into the semifinal round of this tournament and into the region tournament. Both these teams looking to do the same. The winner will take on Pickett County on Friday night on this floor. Let's get to the starters first for the Bulldogs under head coach Rob Edwards with a record of 11 wins, 13 losses. They were 3-5 this year in the district. Number 5, Kyler Westmoreland. Number 22, Weston Birdwell. Number 24, Andrew Smith. Number 3, Lance Burchett. And number 10, Nate Adams. For the Buffaloes under head coach Brent Logan in his first season, they are 5-20. They were 1-7 in the district. We'll bring in their starters momentarily as Clay County possesses the tip. Number 0, Chris Beatty. Number 13, Lane Bird. Number 5, Jay Tench. Number 1, Braden England. And number 24, Brighton Swallows. Bulldogs in white and black. Buffaloes in blue and gold. Inside turnaround jumper, good and one. A quick strike here. And it's the big man getting it done inside early on here for the Bulldogs. Wyatt Browning for 2.
Yeah, he's going to have that advantage inside for sure all game long. They're going to try to use him as much as they can. They also got that guy by the name of Nate Adams, who's a pretty tremendous athlete in every single sport that he plays. And the free throw up and through, and a good start for this Bulldogs team.
And the Buffaloes will possess. It has been a series dominated by Clay County. They've won 22 games in a row over Clarkrange dating back to 2014. The last win for the Buffaloes was on February 6, 2014, where they won by 5. Since then, all Bulldogs. In the front court, long 3. That one no good. Attempted by Burchett. Rebound down to the Buffaloes as they'll possess ahead. Tench with it. He sends it over left wing side into the half court for England. Now from the corner, getting inside, up and strong, no good. That one blocked away. It was swatted by Nate Adams. You mentioned his name, and now he shows off the speed into the half court. The multi-sport athlete, pick 6 artist on the football field, but it's swiped away. Buffalo's pushing it back in transition.
Yeah, and for Clarkrange, offense hasn't been an issue.
As the 3 is up and good. Splashed home. Jay Tench gets the Buffaloes on the board. We're tied up at 3.
They scored 60 points per game. It's been the defense. They've been allowing 71 points per game to opponents so far this season.
Yeah, Nate Adams with the basketball. He sends back, now working around. Handoff pass back for Andrew Smith. Smith works it into the top of the paint, now forced back for Adams. Man-to-man defense for the Buffaloes as Adams, he's so good in the mid-range, no good, but an offensive rebound rustled away by Birdwell. Throws up the turnaround jumper, no. Rebound comes down to Brighton Swallows, who pushes it ahead for the Buffaloes. Wasting no time in transition, Bird off the glass, no. Rebound down to the Buffalo, or to the Bulldogs, rather.
A little bit higher pace than our girls' game earlier on.
Yeah, absolutely is. Andrew Smith has it for Clay County. Other side of the bracket, Clay County or Red Bowling Springs will face off against Gordonsville. Spinning inside, shot put up, no, and a foul is called. So heading to the stripe will be Nate Adams. So Pickett faces the winner of this game. Red Bowling Springs and Gordonsville will face off as well on Friday.
Well, and how big was that Red Bowling Springs win over Pickett County in the final game of the regular season for them? They tied Clay County in the district standings, but they beat the higher-seeded team. That's how they got the tiebreaker. Rather than flipping a coin, they actually went off of, well, who'd you beat that was better? And it was Red Bowling Springs that got the better win.
First free throw was good. Beatty was called for the foul as the second one is no good. That's his first, team's second. We're 2 minutes into the ball game, and it's 4-3 in favor of Clay County. Bulldogs working in the half court. They work it over left side. Braden England, he gives back right side. They swing it around to Tench. He's hit 1-3 so far. He bounces it in. Now handoff pass trying to get the defense moving on the Buffaloes as they kick back. Braden England with it. Works it into the teeth of the defense. It's swiped and a foul will be called. See who this one goes against. I think reaching in there was Burchett. And it is going to go against Lance Burchett. That's his first. Team's first. 5:40 to go in the first quarter. 4-3 Clay County.
Pretty good student section down there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of just taking in the game right now,
yeah,
but they're there.
Now they've just risen to their feet. Right on cue as soon as you said that. Long 3 from the secondary logo, no. Rebound comes down, and Weston Birdwell started to push it. Spins back, now sends it ahead. Burchett triggers the triple, and he got it. Lance Burchett for 3. And the Dogs go out in front by 4.
Well, this Clay County team, they're playing some of their best basketball right now. Coming off a big win against a good Jellicoe team. They put up 83 points against them. Or was it 88 points against them and got a big win there.
Strong take inside for Swallows, who goes off the glass. The answer for the Buffaloes as now it comes up the other way.
Yeah, 83 points against them, beating 83-66 in the final regular season game against a Jellicoe team that won their district undefeated.
Smith drives into the baseline, now floats back to Burchett. He sends off to Nate Adams. Adams from that L.A. logo. We're here at Livingston Academy in beautiful Overton County, not far down the road from Clay County High School. As this one's going to be swiped away by the Buffaloes in the half court, and Braden England possesses.
Just right off the highway.
Absolutely. Swallows with it left side. Crosses over, activates to the baseline. Now gives back Swallows. England. 4:25 to go in the first quarter. We're just getting started, a 2-point game. That 5-second clock is ticking. And just at the last moment, fires a pass that's tipped up into the air. And a little give and go from Adams, and that's going to lead to the easy lay-in for Lance Burchett.
Yeah, good defense by the Bulldogs, something that obviously Coach Edwards has always hung a hat on, trying to get some points in transition. That's a game you're going to have to do here in play-in game.
Baseline drive up and under, no. There to disrupt was the big man, Browning. Now heading into the half court, driving in, baseline shot off the glass, no. Rebound down to Clarkrange. Little contact for Birdwell, we play on. Pass right side for England as the Buffaloes try to set up, trailing by 4. Beatty, he goes back right side to Swallows. Now that one's going to be tipped and intercepted. The speedy Adams with it. Nate Adams goes up and is fouled. This one's going to go on 13-lane Bird, and Nate Adams is going to go to the line to shoot 2. He's 1 for 2 so far tonight.
He's just a force to be reckoned with. Obviously, we got to see him earlier on this season when they played Upperman, and he was great in the mid-range in that game against a really good Upperman defense, and he's been doing it all season long against 7A. He got his accolades in the 7A meeting as well, but he can do it defensively. He's very bouncy, he's long, and he can get out and run.
But he is just 1 for 3 at the free throw line so far, so they're looking for that to get rolling. Subs checking in for both teams as Adams going to set up for the second here. Let us know in the comment section who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for tonight in the 7 single-A tournament. Adams splashes home the second. We've got coverage coming as Goose is in Gainsboro tonight. A couple of play-in games there. Jackson County got the win earlier on as they send it ahead. Monterey facing off against Watertown right now. In the half court, 3-ball up. They left him open, no good. Couldn't get it to fall with Swallows. Rebound down. And here come the Bulldogs. Nolan Adams is into the game. He gives off to Nate. Nate back to Nolan. Firing inside, there's Browning. Wyatt Browning gets to the position, too strong. Fights for the rebound. The putback, no. Rebound down. Saved in for the moment. Clarkrange has it. Now stepping through is England. England into the half court. Kick out pass on a rope. Wing 3, in and out, no good. Browning with the board.
Man, that was a pretty pass coming out of the block like that. Just couldn't hit the shot.
Yeah, Bird came down with a 3-point attempt after the great feed. It doesn't fall, however, and it's still 10-5, 2:40 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, for Clarkrange, they're getting some of those stops. They just haven't been able to turn them into offense, and now they're trying to see if they can't keep stringing those together, see if that offense comes along.
Nate Adams with it in the half court, crosses over. Now he's going to pull up. It's a 2, and it buried just inside the 3-point arc. Nate Adams splashes it home.
Well, that's it's similar to his mid-range jumper. Got to his spot, he rose up and knocked it down just a little bit deeper. It's still a 2-point jumper.
Yeah, that was Kevin Durant against the Bucks a few years ago, just by a shoelace.
Those are some big shoes, too.
Yeah, they certainly are. Step back 3 for the Buffaloes. That one up, no good off back iron. Rebound down. Cordell on the attempt, and a chance for Adams pushing it the other way. Adams to the spot, puts it up, and another foul. Nate Adams shooting 50% of the line so far. He's going back here with a 7-point lead and 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Well, it's a different officiating crew for this game as well than we had in the girls' and then the girls' play-in game. So it's going to be officiated a little bit differently. Obviously, they're playing a little bit more physical, more fouls called in this first half so far, first quarter so far. And Adams finally gets another one to go.
Yeah, we're seeing these teams actually try to get inside. We didn't
yeah,
see a lot of that
big
in the girls'
difference.
team. Adams that time goes 2 for 2. He's having a good first quarter, up to 6 points in the frame. And with 1:58 to go, it is a 9-point Clay County lead. They're trying to leave no doubt here. They don't want to sweat it. As we saw Red Bowling Springs sweat it in the girls' game. Now we've got a whistle and a foul as the Bulldogs trying to get aggressive there defensively.
He was close to that half-court line as well.
He was just tiptoeing it. That one goes on Weston Birdwell. That's his first, team second.
As you said it earlier, the winner of this moved on to play Pickett County and Clay County. They would love to get another shot at the Bobcats, losing twice this season after not losing for a long time.
Driving in, England puts it up the runner, no good, but a foul is called for a bump in the air. This one, I believe, is going to go on Kyler Westmoreland. It will, and this will be a trip to the line to shoot 2 for the Buffaloes in the form of Braden England. David's watching from on top of the mountain. I know David is a York fan, so
Yes,
I don't know if he's cheering on Clarkrange or not.
I'm sure he'll let us know if he is or is not.
April's cheering on the Buffaloes as the first free throw is no good. Looks like Nolan Adams. Lance Burchett going to check back in. That's a 3, not a 4. As the free throw is up, no good. 0 for 2, but an offensive rebound. Put back attempt with the left hand. That one misses wide right, and the rebound comes down the other way. Nate Adams with it. Been a strong first quarter for Clay County here. This is kind of uncharted territory for this group. They've usually been the team with the bye as the corner 3 is up, or at least one of the top 2.
Yeah.
As it's no good, the Buffaloes push it out the other way. You're seeing a new core of young players as that one's put up and good. Nice take for Brighton Swallows, but of course the Grant Strong era.
Tyreek Key before that.
Tyreek Key to Grant Strong, and now you're seeing maybe the beginning of a Nate Adams era for Clay County, but that takes some steps as the jumper is up. Not everybody is Grant Strong or Tyreek Key in their freshman season as the shot's put up. Of course, Adams not a freshman, but a new core of young players. 48 seconds to go.
Well, the constant in that is their head coach. He knows what he's doing.
Corner 3 for Adams. That one no good. A rebound down. Brighton Swallows. He's had several boards in the first quarter. Now he's pushing it in transition with a bunch of speed. Kicks over left side. Baseline drive and a foul. And this one is the last one that Clay County had to give. And it goes on Lance Burchett. That's his second. So he'll be forced out of the game.
Coach Edwards, he's been doing it as long as anybody in the Upper Cumberland and gotten a lot of wins along the way. You know, he can do it in many different ways. And obviously when you've got the talent that he's had, he got Adams as well. It's a lot of fun to coach.
And that's a travel as that foot slid behind Cordell a little bit. Possession back to Clay County. 31.4 seconds to go in the first quarter. Appreciate our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown for being the presenting sponsor of the game tonight. Also want to tell you about our friends at Bilberry Entertainment. We'll bring that up coming up next as they work it around right side Smith. Smith bounces it. Now into the corner. Firing it into the low block. Now pressure from behind and a foul. As I believe getting just tied up in the feet was Cordell. And this is going to be 2 free throws as Clay County's hit the bonus. And it's Cordell's first, team's 5th. So a trip to the lineup coming to shoot 2 for Andrew Smith. As Clay County tries to stretch their lead heading into the second quarter.
That's the other thing with this Clay County team. It's a young team. They've got a lot of young talent out there, and not as much size as they may have had in the past. Obviously, they've got Birdwell out there who's got the size inside, but they've got a lot of guards, and they're really, really fast.
First free throw, no good. Struggling a little bit at the stripe in the frame. This could be a double-digit lead for the Dogs. Next one up. Nice adjustment made, and it falls through. Now quickly ahead the Buffaloes. 9-second pass inside. Swallows. Little head fake. No good, though, on the attempt. Rebound down for Clay County. 4 seconds left. Pass over left side. Shot up. This would count, but it doesn't fall. Birdwell on the attempt. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. After one, it's Clay County 15, Clarkrange 7. Watching coverage of the District 7 Single A Tournament. Presented by Hall Sports and Outdoors on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Get your new year started in your new ride. With a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, including the all-new 2024 Chevy Trax and Silverado, Frontier Chevy is ready to get you into your next vehicle. View inventory online at www.kcchevy.com or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Frontier Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Welcome back as we enter the second quarter. Clay County leads 15-7 over Clarkrange. 6 points for Nate Adams, 5 for Lance Burchett, 3 for Wyatt Browning, 1 for Andrew Smith. That's enough for the Dogs to have this early lead. 4 points for Brighton Swallows, 3 ball up. That one no good, a rebound down. And again, Clay County will push it the other way. I'm Noah McKay, he's Jacob Benson. Appreciate you spending some Tuesday night with us. Little mid-range jumper for Adams, no good. Rebound tipped down. Clarkrange comes away, and they'll push it in transition with Chris Beatty. Beatty flips it over the top. That one intercepted. Nate Adams read it the whole way. Deja vu to the fall. Driving in Birdwell. Good and one. The block is called, and Weston Birdwell finishes through the contact. He's going to go to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
Yeah, really good job running it down the floor, drawing the contact, and a nice finish over the top of the defense as well. This is the big thing. You saw Coach Edwards, after a couple of misses in that first quarter at the free throw line, getting frustrated with his team, and they did count the bucket, right? I think that's what they're talking about.
They did count the bucket.
They put it on the board already.
Yeah, they did count the bucket.
Yes.
So it'll be one free throw upcoming here for Weston Birdwell.
But this is where they need to get it going a little bit better, is at the free throw line. They've missed quite a bit.
And they will make that one nothing but net for Birdwell on his first attempt. And 7:27 to go in the second quarter. Is a double-digit lead for Clay County, trying to win their 23rd straight game against Clarkrange. Pass over right side, now working it into the teeth of the defense. Kick out pass left wing side, driving in, shot up with the right hand, good. That's a nice finish inside for Braden England, and now we have a whistle.
Delay a game, maybe?
And not sure what it was there.
Is it a delay a game or warning on Clarkrange?
I think it was a warning. Obviously couldn't hear up here. We're in the rafters today in the catbird seat. 7:02 to go in the second, which we're quite okay with. Best angle in the gym. Three ball up and no good. Rebound tipped up. Adams comes away. Nate Adams with a power dribble, and he puts it in.
That was a really strong move by Adams. Obviously, he's not the tallest guy out there, but he's got some big hops, and he can get up there with the best of them.
Now left-handed layup, and the ball got wedged.
That's many times you see that.
It's not even that stuck in there. It's almost just balancing.
Settled.
Up there. And this is going to be two free throws upcoming, as everyone was waiting to see if it was going to be an and one. And Coach Edwards is saying, what are you waiting for? And I think she was waiting to see if it went through the net or not. We all were. Let's see who this one goes against. Looks like that's going to be on Kyler Westmoreland.
I was going to say, somebody's going to have to jump up there and get it. Adams finally does.
That's the second personal on Kyler Westmoreland. And now a trip to the line upcoming here to shoot two for Jack Cordell.
Well, for these two teams in the regular season, Clay got both of the wins, 68-54 and 64-56. So it's not like they were running away from them, especially in that 14-point game. Clarkrange has been in it, and it's a Clarkrange team. I said it. Offensively, they're much better this year compared to years past. It's been the defense that's really hurt them.
Cordell finally makes the free throw. It's the first one made by Clarkrange here in this ball game. This is a 10-point game with 6:43 to go in the second. Nate Adams walks up, and he's going to trigger the three in rhythm. No good. Rebound down. Birdwell there. Cordell there as well. Discussion. Where's it going? Looks like it's going to stay on this end with Clay County.
Yeah, the officials were kind of looking at each other, so they decided who they thought it was going with. Didn't have a great angle on it.
Yeah, I think that's one of those where they're talking about it.
Yeah.
Just need that hand signal. So important for the commentator up here. Turn around, and now we've got a whistle and an offensive foul for a moving screen inside there. This one's going to go on Nate Adams. That'll be his first.
Foul on Clay County, number 10, Nate Adams. His first, team second.
That's the team's second personal going against the Bulldogs. 6.5 to go in the second quarter, 20-10. Start of a very, 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 very busy week for us at UCR. We have the coaches show tomorrow night, presented by Fire and Vine. Nothing more romantic on your Valentine's Day than to hang out with us, talking about high school basketball, as Cordell gets his own rebound. Nice spin through and finishes.
That's a really good spin, and that cuts it to 8 points. You get a stop here, another bucket, and then you're right back into the game.
Monterey boys are up by 10, 29-19 in the third quarter, trying to advance on in that play-in game. In 5AA, as Browning has his shot blocked by Cordell, but it went right back to him. Rebound up, no good. Third chance on the way, that one good. Rattled home by Nolan Adams.
Nolan Adams for two.
I mean, there's another one?
There's another one. He's a really good athlete as well. Cordell with it in the half court. Clarkrange wasting no time. Cordell, that's a travel, as it'll go the other way. Try to back down Browning, and Browning gave him that, I think, more space than he was expecting, and the feet shuffled back.
Pulled the chair out from underneath him instead of giving him that contact. A really good job by Browning. You mentioned Hall Sports and Outdoors, Bilbrey Entertainment. You can see they're up there on the screen as well. New partners of ours at UCR.
Hey, listen, it's prom season coming up. If you need your entertainment services for that, they're a great option for that. If you're having a big event.
Weddings in the summer.
Weddings, absolutely. Is in the corner, driving in. Now a kick out. Nolan Adams wide open for a three. Got it. Nolan Adams splashes it home.
Well, just as I said, they made it an 8-point game, and then a 5-0 run by Clay County leads to a Clarkrange timeout. And the Bulldogs, they've been in this situation. Maybe not the play-in game, but they've been in tournament games, and they know how to play ball.
Yeah, they certainly do. Coach Edwards knows what he's doing as well. There, 30-second timeout on the floor. First-year head coach Brent Logan over there for Clarkrange trying to push the right buttons. Yeah, it's uncharted territory, but it's not a Clay County team that I think anyone expects to blink in this territory. They certainly have enough weapons shooting the basketball to make some noise within this tournament and push anybody, I think, that's in this field.
Well, and for Clay County, they have a little bit of an advantage in this game, and a former head coach at Clarkrange, Jermaine McElvey, now an assistant with Clay County, knows some of the tendencies of the players over there for the Buffaloes, and maybe relays that a little bit to some of his players now at Clay County.
The best nickname in all of sports.
Coach Gucci.
Coach Gucci. Tremendous.
One of the best dressed guys. Still dresses well as an assistant.
Second to me.
Hey, you do have the khakis on
I'm known
tonight.
for my style, man. My style and my grace are the two things. You think of me, that's what comes to mind. 5 minutes, absolutely. I said so. Driving in, shot put up, no good. Disrupted by the size of Wyatt Browning inside. Now we've got a tie up and a jump, and the arrow belongs to Clay County.
Pretty good crowd on hand for this one
absolutely.
as well. They've pretty much filled out that kind of lower section of each side. Yeah, and these 1A teams, I mean, they will fill out that, especially in the semifinals Thursday and Friday, and then in the championship Monday and Tuesday. It'll be the girls first, boys second, Thursday, Friday, respectively. Same thing Monday, Tuesday. This gym's going to be packed.
Nate Adams drives inside, throws it up with the right hand. Good. Adams into double figures. He's got 10 points in the first half. Quickly ahead, here comes Clarkrange in the half court. Swallow steps through, throws it up. No. Rebound down. That one wrestled away by Andrew Smith. And Smith possesses for the Bulldogs, who have all of a sudden gone from a 8-point lead to a 15-point lead in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, Clay County, they're putting their foot forward right now. They're stepping on the gas pedal. They're trying to take a big lead in this game.
And Nate Adams is getting rolling. Good and one. Strong finish for Adams, and he's going to go to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
He's been really impressive. I mean, he's been impressive all season long, but he has taken over this game offensively. He's getting it done defensively as well. He's getting deflections, he's getting steals, and now he's getting buckets through the contact. Again, he's not the biggest guy out there, but he can still work through the contact. He plays football, and he's a really good football player.
Yeah.
He's used to that contact.
Quarterback of the Bulldogs football team, tremendous defensive player as well, as the free throw is good. And he is a great basketball player, as you can tell. 13 first-half points. We still have half a quarter to go. It's an 18-point Bulldogs lead. Now in the half court is Beatty. He works it over right side, flips back for Swallows. Swallows spins in, throws it up with the right hand. Nice finish for Brighton Swallows. He has 6 points to pace the Buffaloes. Jake is watching. Played at Clay County from 2002 to 2006. Now inside, little fadeaway in the mid-range. That one gets the friendly roll. Nicely done by Birdwell. And Clay County's offense is firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they're settling for threes. I don't know if they've made a three with the exception of Adams in this game.
That one's going to be swiped away by Nate Adams. Adams spins inside, puts it up. No, in the foul. Adams will return to the line to shoot two. Yeah, you mentioned it. This clearly, Clay County has put their foot on the gas right now and are rolling away. This one, potential to get out of hand if Clarkrange doesn't make a quick adjustment. Nate Adams is becoming unstoppable.
Well, and I'm sure that was some of the conversation in between quarters as well, with Coach Edwards saying, hey, you guys have been here. You guys are used to this in the program. You see all the banners up there. You see the gold balls up there. They're used to winning basketball games. They're not used to being in the play-in game, so now they're trying to change that tide and see if they can't go on a run.
First one was no good for Adams. The second one is. He's up to 14 points already. The far and away leader in the clubhouse early on for the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player
Nice when
of
they
the
make
game.
it easy.
No doubt about it, as Bird gives over. Top of the circle. Swallows thought about it. Now he's going to trigger the three. No good. Rebound down, fought for, and it comes away to Weston Birdwell. Birdwell in transition. Jumps through, throws it up, and he gets the call. Birdwell is going to go to the line to shoot two. Clarkrange also going to find themselves in some foul trouble here. Clay County is decisively driving in and getting to the charity stripe.
Yeah, they're seeking out contact. Every single time they get it in transition, they're taking it inside, they're trying to draw the contact, and they're doing a good job of doing it.
That was Swallow's second personal, team's fourth, and the first one is no good. This one could be a 25-point game if Clay County would make their free throws.
That's going to be the thing Coach Edwards looks to right on that stat sheet, whether it be at halftime or after the game. Just what are you doing? I mean, it's just free throws. It's muscle memory. And I'm sure maybe a little bit of conditioning, maybe a little bit of free throws in the next practice before if they would move on into the second round.
Yeah, 0 for 2 on that one. Head Clarkrange, nice step through Cordell as he finishes. Jack Cordell giving some good minutes off the bench. He's got 5 points in the second quarter. It's back to a 17-point game.
33-16, yeah, they're trying to get back into this one, but you get inch closer to the halftime, you need stops, and they have been struggling to get stops. Four chairs going down on the side as Birdwell got shoved into the sideline.
Yeah, Cordell got every bit of that one. This is going to be 2 free throws coming up here for Weston Birdwell, and that's the third on Jack Cordell.
Yeah, he earned that foul.
Yeah, no. Those chairs are not screwed down over there as Birdwell went into them.
Not like Indiana where they are because of a certain coach.
Yeah, I wonder why they
rip it off the sideline.
Why they did that.
Rest in peace.
Live look at me on Saturday. Oh, as the free throw is good, remind me to tell you, an official told me to calm down on Saturday. And
mind you, folks, he is coaching an upward basketball.
And I quote, "Don't tell me to calm down, I'm right," is what I said back to him. As the second free throw is no good. Rebound down. Hey, we win. That's all I know.
No is not anything if not right.
We win and we learn our Bible verses. That's what's important. As it
That's
goes
what's
the other
important
way,
in
it
life.
absolutely is. Goes back to Clay County. We'll go toe-to-toe with anybody in the memory verse challenge. I'll tell you that right now. Coming across the timeline here, Clay County looking to extend the lead. That is Adams to Adams. Nolan with it now, left wing side. Sends back to Nate. Tries to throw it up, blocked from behind. And it ends up in the waiting arms of Jay Tench. He opened up the scoring for Clarkrange with a 3. Hadn't attempted a shot to my memory since then as he gives right side to Swallows. Swallows into the paint. Tries to spin, puts it up, no good. Got his own rebound, though. High effort play results in 2 points for Brighton Swallows.
Yeah, he's been a bright spot in this first half so far. He's been aggressive going to the basket, trying to make things happen offensively and trying to keep his team in it.
Bounce pass left wing side. Now they go into the corner. Nolan Adams finds Nate waiting in the mid-range, puts up the runner, good for 2 more. I am running out of space to put Nate Adams points on my stat sheet.
It's so hard to guard him because he does it at all 3 levels. He can hit you from outside. He can get it done inside, and he rises up. You need size to guard him.
Chris Beatty, speaking of rising up, he does so from the circle. Buries that jumper, and it's 36-20. Now quickly over to Birdwell. He triggers the corner 3. Got it. Weston Birdwell with the triple. He's got 9 points in the second quarter alone, and it is a 19-point Bulldogs lead. Quickly ahead on the other end, Beatty drives, and a foul was called. We'll see if this is on the attempt or not. It is. 2 shots going to be upcoming here for Chris Beatty as the foul is going to go on Nolan Adams.
Yeah, I mean, this offense, you said it, for Clay County, they're clicking on all cylinders right now, and that's against a defense that, again, has allowed 71 points per game to opposing defenses in Clarkrange. So there hasn't been a ton of resistance so far this season. When you pair that with Clay County, that's pretty much getting everything going. It's a tough combination.
It was his first, team's third on Nolan Adams. First free throw up for Beatty, no good. 1:26 to go in the second quarter. It's 39-20. Strong start for the Clay County Bulldogs, looking for victory number 12 on the campaign. As the second one does fall through for Chris Beatty. And they're showing a little full court pressure look. Working it over. That pass dangerous, is going to be intercepted. Swallows on the pick, now into the half court. He goes, puts it up, no. Got his own rebound, though. Put back, no. Another chance upcoming. Shot fake, whistle, and a call. And Brighton Swallows is going to go to the line to shoot 2 after getting his own rebound a couple of times.
A really good job by Swallows, able to pick the pass off, take it inside, and then really aggressive and not being able to get great position. Finally got it inside. Now a chance to knock down a couple of free throws. If you're Clarkrange, you have to start knocking these free throws down to get back into it.
Clarkrange, good time to tell you about our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors and Hall Family Pharmacy, one of our all-inclusive sponsors. Great, tremendous sponsors to us here at UCR. We appreciate them very much. They care deeply about their community, not just in Fentress County, but in the entire Upper Cumberland. We appreciate them very much. You hear from them during every broadcast we do at UCR as the 2 for 2 at the line goes Brighton Swallows. Back to a 16-point game. Spinning ahead is Nolan Adams. He's got speed for days. Sends it over right side. Shot no good. Browning on the attempt. Rebound down. And the Buffaloes push it ahead. Crossover for Beatty. He spins inside off the glass. Chris Beatty with a little explosive finish.
It was pretty. All that open lane spun into it.
Nolan Adams again. He's looking to strike on the other end. Spins and travel. Possession back. Bounced that leg a couple of times. And that's enough for it to go back to the Buffaloes.
Hey, if you're Clarkrange here, Clay County's going to take a timeout. Or Clarkrange is one of the two. If you're Clarkrange here, 30-second timeout on the floor. 46 seconds play. You go down quickly. You get a bucket. Make it a 12-point game. Get a stop. Make it a 10-point game. you're right back into it.
Yeah, I think if you're Clarkrange here and you're within about 14 points where it is now at the break, that's a quick run, a quick 6-0 run for making it a very interesting game. So despite the fact that this feels very lopsided in favor of Clay County, they've executed at a high level. Clarkrange has answered. You got those quick basket by Chris Beatty. Brighton Swallows has 6 points in the quarter, 5 points in the quarter for Cordell. The problem for Clarkrange this year has not been the offense.
No.
It's been the defensive side. And again, Clay County on pace to score nearly 80 points so far in the game.
Well, they did that last game, scored 83 against Jellicoe. They got some help as well from Browning, who was wide open in the transition for a bucket, wasn't able to knock it down. And so they're going to need some more help like that, but they're also going to need to get back.
Back to action we go here. 40 seconds to go as they send it over right side. Tench to Swallows. One dribble. He's going to trigger the three, and that one's no good. Rebound down. Strong rebound for the Bulldogs. Cole Eads with it, and now they'll send it ahead. Driving is Nate Adams off the glass. No rebound. Tipped right to Nolan Adams, and he is fouled. Yeah, on the floor. Grabbing the shoulders was Jay Tench. He'll be called for the personal, and this is going to be 2 free throws as Clay County has hit the bonus.
It's a really good job by Eads in there, realizing he's probably not going to be able to pull it down, so he kind of throws it off the window and just trying to give his team a chance to bring it down.
That was Tench's first. Nolan Adams going to the line here to shoot 2 with 23.4 seconds to go in this first half. And another missed free throw for the Bulldogs as it misses off back iron. Second one does fall through for Nolan Adams. He's got 6 points so far. 20 seconds to go in the second. 15-point game. See how Clarkrange approaches this possession. Beatty works it over a screen left side. Crosses over. Now tries to drive. Swiped away from him. Went right to Nate Adams. 10 seconds left. Adams wasting no time. Nate Adams off the glass. Good for 2 more. What a half by Nate Adams. 3 seconds left for Clarkrange. Tench didn't realize it and will not get a shot off in time. And that brings us to the end of the first half. A strong final 30 seconds for the Bulldogs puts them into the break with all the momentum. After 2, Clay County 42, Clarkrange 25. You're watching coverage of the District 7 Single A Tournament presented by Hall Sports and Outdoors on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Everybody gotta feel that emotion. Move your body, do whatever you like. Are you ready? Come on, put it in motion. Let's just get crazy. Got me feeling alright. Gonna celebrate. Raise your glass up high. Gonna celebrate. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Having the time of our life. Oh, everybody wanna start a commotion. Lift your hands up, leave your worries behind. Are you ready? Come on, put it in motion. Let's just get crazy. Got me feeling alright. Gonna celebrate. Yeah, we're feeling high. Having the time of our life.
Sonia Brown will be hosting an open house on her Deal of the Week this Saturday, February 17th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 1575 Brookdale Avenue in Cookeville, Tennessee. Experience the ultimate in-town living with this split-bedroom plan home featuring a spacious primary suite and private backyard. Enjoy the perfect blend of comfort and convenience with this 1,560 square foot home, complete with central air and natural gas heat and a tankless water heater. Don't miss out on this incredible deal. Join Sonia Brown Saturday, February 17th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Hone and develop your skills on the court with professional basketball player development from Legacy Athletics. Call 931-303-3356 or follow them on Instagram at legacy_athletics or on Twitter at jwinningham25 for more information today. Legacy Athletics, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Crossroads Auction Group are the Upper Cumberland's auction experts. As a full-service auction company, they take your stress away every step of the way. Servicing the entire Upper Cumberland, the Crossroads Auction Group gets your property ready from cleanup, setup, picture taking, up to the auction and beyond. They handle all auctions from estates, residential, farms, land, commercial, and everything else. For more information, visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com or call 931-644-7149 today. The Crossroads Auction Group are proud sponsors of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Steel Technologies has been part of the Rutherford County community for over 35 years. Their plants in Murfreesboro and Smyrna include over 150 teammates who process coils, metal sheets, and blanks for customers across North America. Steel Tech's Smyrna and Murfreesboro plants are expanding, and they need teammates to join their team. With openings including machine and forklift operators, truck drivers, and more, they have the position for you with competitive wages and monthly bonus opportunities. For more information and to apply online, scan the QR code on your screen now. Steel Tech is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Steel Tech. Faith, family, Steel Tech.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is also home to the UCR Coaches Show on Tuesday nights. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, Delicious Pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
Everybody gotta feel that emotion. Move your body, do whatever you like. Are you ready? Come on, put it in motion. Let's just get crazy. Got me feeling alright. Gonna celebrate. Raise your glass up high. Gonna celebrate. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Having the time of our lives. Oh, everybody wanna start a commotion. Lift your hands up, leave your worries behind. Are you ready? Come on, put it in motion. Let's just get crazy. Got me feeling alright. Gonna celebrate. Yeah, we're feeling high. Having the time of our lives.
Get your new year started in your new ride. With a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, including the all-new 2024 Chevy Trax and Silverado, Frontier Chevy is ready to get you into your next vehicle. View inventory online at www.kcchevy.com or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Frontier Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Sonia Brown will be hosting an open house on her Deal of the Week this Saturday, February 17th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 1575 Brookdale Avenue in Cookeville, Tennessee. Experience the ultimate in-town living with this split-bedroom plan home featuring a spacious primary suite and private backyard. Enjoy the perfect blend of comfort and convenience with this 1,560 square foot home, complete with central air and natural gas heat and a tankless water heater. Don't miss out on this incredible deal. Join Sonia Brown Saturday, February 17th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Hone and develop your skills on the court with professional basketball player development from Legacy Athletics. Call 931-303-3356 or follow them on Instagram at legacy_athletics or on Twitter at jwinningham25 for more information today. Legacy Athletics, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
2 quarters ago here in this play-in game in the District 7 Single A Tournament, Clay County with a sizable lead at the break, 42-25 over Clarkrange. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jacob Vinson. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and it was Nate Adams taking over the basketball game. 18 points in the first half, including 12 in the second quarter alone. As Clay County has stretched out this lead, they're looking to grow it here. Clarkrange looking for a comeback as the 3 ball is up and no good, attempted by Bird. Offensive rebound to Tinch. Now Swallows with a putback, gets it for 2.
Yeah, this Clarkrange team, I was talking with Casey there at halftime, saying he's gotten to see him a couple times this year playing Pickett County. They're pretty good in those one-on-one situations. Defensively is where you're going to get them back.
And now on the other end, that's a long 2 up and good again for guess who? Nate Adams. He's got 20 points tonight. Swallows on the other end for Clarkrange, by the way. He's got 12. He's having a good offensive night, but Adams is overshadowing everybody on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't guard him tonight. He rises up above you. You can't stay in front of him. He's faster than about everybody.
Swallows with it from the top of the circle. Trying to back down the defender. Turnaround shot good. Another nice finish for Brighton Swallows. And we'll see how this one goes. The potential is out there in the ether for a round 3 between those bitter rivals, Clay County and Pickett. Nice feed across from Adams as he finds Wyatt Browning for 2.
Well, Browning, I'm sure, happy to get that one back again. He missed one earlier in that second quarter and gets a wide open one that time. He's able to get the finish.
England sends over to Tench, who traveled with it. Shuffled those feet, so possession goes back to the Bulldogs with 6:42 to go in the third quarter.
Swallow's just a sophomore, so he's going to have 2 more years after this one. Obviously, they'd love to keep playing. We're going to need a lot to happen here in this second half, so he's going to be a fun player to watch for this Clarkrange team.
I know the record is what it is. They're better. They're a better basketball
absolutely.
team as that shot's up and good. Wyatt Browning for 2. You can see the building blocks. It's going to take a while, but they have the right, I think, components in the building to go through that journey as the 2 is no good. A rebound down to Browning. Adams with it here. Adams, left-handed dribble the whole way. Poked from behind, but went right to his teammate who puts it up and good for 2. Weston Birdwell, he's got 11 points so far.
Oh, just like that, they're up by 21.
Driving around is Beatty. He kicks it out. That one grabbed by England. Driving the lane, swipe, and a jump ball is the call as Burchett got 2 hands on it. The possession goes to Clay County. 50-29. Again, this is a Clay County team that exploded in their final game against Jellicoe, 83-66. They're on pace to get close to that number again tonight, if not eclipse it at this pace. As Burchett drives in, throws up the runner with the right hand. No. Rebound down. Grabbed by Swallows.
Well, that Jellicoe team was 16-10 on the year, played a Harriman team that is really, really loaded to pretty close. It was a really high-scoring game, 90-80 or something like that. And so that's a good Jellicoe team, a good win to end the season.
Nice mid-range jumper for Chris Beatty. He's got 7 points as he finishes. It's 50-31 with 5.5 to go in the third. Birdwell driving inside, got the lane up and under good.
That's the thing. It hasn't just been Adams tonight. They've got 52 points still with 5:18 to play here in the third quarter. Birdwell's been in there. The other Nolan Adams has been in there. They've got Browning as well. It's a lot of different guys.
Step back 3 for Tench. That one no good. And that's the thing, Clarkrange, they've gotten some big buckets in this one, but every time Clay County's answered with several of their own. They've struck right back as Burchick gets to the spot and finishes.
Well, this is the difference. Everything is at the basket. Everything is at the basket. They're getting to the free throw line, which they did in the first half. Now everything's just a layup.
Turnaround shot, good on the other end for Beatty, as this one's turning into a bit of a track meet in the middle portion of the third quarter.
Yeah, this is kind of what Clarkrange gets into. They don't get a lot of stops, so then when they're trying to come back, they're trying to race to the other side. They're taking the earliest shot they can, but they need to get stops on the other end.
Browning with it from that left elbow. He bounces over to Birdwell. Birdwell with a power dribble and a foul on the floor. Shot will not count, and his Tench is going to be called for a personal. It's the first team foul.
How useful is it for Coach Edwards down there? He's got 2 head coaches as his assistants.
Yep. Coach Walker as well. So they've got a really good bench down there. There's a reason they've had so much success in Salina as Adams gets found. He's going to go to the line.
Not to single out Coach Meadows as well. He's kind of the numbers guy out there. He's your stat guru, the analytics guy. He's able to dive into everything, and you see it firsthand at the 7A district meeting. He keeps track of everything and in good working order. He knows basketball himself.
Free throw is no good. That's the one area that Clay County has not been great at tonight. It's here at the line.
That's something, if they move on Friday against Pickett County, they're going to have to clean up.
Yeah, Pickett's going to be able to neutralize some of these drives in. They match up personnel-wise a little bit more. There's a little kick-out pass here for Clarkrange. Cordell giving them good minutes off the bench in this one. Kicks out. Now they swing it around left side. Bird with it. Sends back across to Beatty. Beatty steps back, finds Swallows. Swallows off the dribble. Tries to work on Browning off the glass. Good for 2. Brighton Swallows has 16 points, 6 of which have come in this third quarter. 3:52 and counting to go in the third quarter. It's 55-35. Now looking inside to Browning. Gets it with one hand. Browning eyes up the whole way. Going to take it himself. No. Rebound down to Swallows, who just provided good defense. Here comes Clarkrange with tempo. It went right off the foot of Bird and out of play.
So Clay County going to bring a couple of subs in. Nolan Adams will check back in there and trying to get some of those younger guys out there. Again, for Clarkrange, you mentioned Brent Logan in his first season now with the program. Much better offensively. It's been those defensive things that they're going to have to make some changes in the offseason. It's a Clarkrange team with a lot of young players on their team as well, trying to figure some things out. And it's a tough district to do it in. I mean, every single district that we cover is a tough district to do it in, especially when you're a first-year head coach.
There's a strong take for Nolan Adams. He's got 8 points off the bench in this one. Back to a 22-point game. Sure looks like Monterey is going to advance on in their district tournament, get out of the play-in round as Adams with the steal. Now Adams and Adams. Nolan over to Nate, who puts it off the glass for 2, and a hard fall. And a bit slow to get up down there is England. And he's helped back up to his feet. Nate Adams finishes. He's got 23 points in this game. And thankfully, back up is England. He's okay. Cordell is up as well after a couple of hard falls. 3:05 to go in the third quarter. The lead up to 24 for the Dogs.
Yeah, he kind of got insult to injury there. England underneath. He kind of got sandwiched up on by a couple different Clay County guys that were coming through.
They send it left side now into the low block. Turnaround shot and a foul. This is going to be a trip to shoot 2 for Brighton Swallows at the line. He's been really good in this game, and he's got time to continue to improve. He's got good size, good skill set. He's been in there inside against the much bigger Browning, and he's still got those 16 points, can make it 17 or 18.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing right now for him is he just needs to get a little bit more size. Obviously, you can't really just kind of gain that overnight, but he's still 6'2" right now, and especially at the single-A level, that's a good amount of size inside. He's a good post player. He's got some good moves, and he's got a nice little jump shot as well.
And he does go 2 for 2 at the line and give him up to 18 points tonight. 2:50 to go in the third quarter, an 18-point lead for Clay County. Nate Adams off the dribble. He drives inside, looking to feed it across, but it was tipped away by guess who? Brighton Swallows. Now here's Clarkrange. Into the half court they come, driving coast to coast, up and under. What a finish inside. Braden England for 2. And a 4-0 run developing here for Clarkrange.
Yeah, that gap was closing. He split that gap right at the last second, and that was the only thing he could do. Throw it high off the glass, got it to fall.
And now Coach Edwards wants to call a timeout as you mentioned, just a little spurt there for Clarkrange. He wants to put an end to it with 2:24 to go in the third quarter, a 30-second timeout. Again, join us tomorrow night for the UCR Coaches Show presented by Fire and Vine. And then we will have a packed slate Thursday, jam-packed slate Friday, and Saturday hoops as well. And then looks like nothing on Sunday. And then we'll have back on Monday and Tuesday more high school hoops as we are into the tournament time around the Upper Cumberland.
We have 7 games, not doubleheaders, 7 games coming up on Friday, and then 5 more on Saturday. And, of course, the 7 single A on Thursday on the girls' side, and then we go into 3A and 4A on Saturday and Friday as well.
And do us a favor, help us out. Hit that share button so your family and friends can watch this one live. It may be a more lopsided score, but it's a fun basketball game to watch. There's been some highlight reel plays on both sides. Out of the timeout, Nolan Adams drives inside, and he will finish high off the glass. He's into double figures with 10, the third Bulldog to get to that mark.
He's a really similar player to his brother, and obviously that makes sense, similar tendencies, but he's going to guard you well. He's going to get up to the other side. He almost got a deflection there.
Now inside the finish for Jack Cordell through the contact, and he's got a three-point play opportunity. It is a final. The 5 seed there in District 5 AA has advanced on. The Monterey Wildcats defeat Watertown tonight, and they are moving on to the district semis.
Is that kind of a revenge game for them?
I think so.
Was it Watertown last year that slowed it down in the region?
That is correct. It was a revenge game as the next one, or the free throw is good rather for Cordell. He's got 8 points tonight. And now we have a whistle and a foul. This one's going to go on Clarkrange.
Foul on Clarkrange.
Looks like that's going to be the third team foul.
His first, team's third.
Again, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and the NFHS Network. We welcome you in. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on Facebook, like the stream as well. 1:48 and counting to go with the basketball. Here's Nolan Adams. He drives inside. Adams met up top by Swallows, who commits the foul. So Nolan Adams is going to go to the line to shoot 2.
For Clay County, again, we've mentioned it throughout. Winner of this game moving on to play Pickett County, lost twice to Pickett County this season. They haven't done that in a really long time. I believe it was since 2018 that they had lost to games to Pickett County. So they're going to. It looks like they're probably going to keep this streak alive against Clarkrange, dating all the way back to 2014. But that Pickett County one, that's a big one now. You try to get into the championship, try to get yourself a home game in the region.
Try to get to the other side of the bracket from East Robertson. Winning
really important.
Winning this district is going to be critically important as the shot's up and good. And that one finished through by Jack Cordell in transition.
Yeah, for as good as Pickett County has been this year, they haven't even been able to beat East Robertson.
Nate Adams, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound fought for, still ricochet. Swallows has it. Little run developing here for Clarkrange. It's a 17-point game with the basketball. Beatty into the mid-range, throws up the little runner. No, and very awkward fall for both players. Cordell down there, Browning as well. Pardon me, that's Birdwell, not Browning. And both are up to their feet, but backs bending in midair.
Yeah, and then kind of falling down with full force.
Yeah, Coach Logan comes out to tell him there's no rush. Weston Birdwell got called for the foul. That's going to be his third. Birdwell is not happy with it.
Well, he's just that's the wrong spot at the wrong time. And it is a foul. You can't root the guy out, but there's really nothing he can do there.
So this is going to be an inbounds play for Clarkrange. As Cordell trying to shake it off, holding his lower back, trying to stretch it out. Back up to his feet, though. (61-44) the score. We've got 1:15 to go in the third quarter. Inbounds play coming here for Beatty. He sends it over the top, grabbed by England. England off the dribble, right side to Tench. Into the corner now. He finds Beatty. Beatty working on Nolan Adams, now back out towards the center court logo. Tench says take the screen. He does. Now Beatty triggers the three. Good, but wave it off. It's going to be an offensive foul for him. No, it's not. Nolan Adams called for a push, but the shot will not count.
I don't know that I've seen that.
It's going to be his third. I think the only reason we had the hump is because he waited to motion it till the shot finished.
Right. He didn't initially signify that it was not counting
a lot of times
the
you
shot.
see that emphatic wave off of
wave
the
it
shot.
off.
Regardless, Clarkrange basketball there. Kick out to Beatty. He's thinking, man, I just banked in that three. Now I got to do it again. Cordell with it in the corner. Cordell driving it on Birdwell, an offensive foul. Birdwell goes down and gets the call. That one going to go on Cordell.
I think the official got baited into that one a little bit.
That's the fourth, and it'll go the other way. Yeah, we heard the exclamation of Birdwell as he went down.
Tremendous job by Birdwell.
It was a
tip of the cap to him. He earns an Oscar for that one.
It was a really solid one.
But there was not a whole lot of contact.
It'll go the other way. Surveying the floor, a little tic-tac-toe. There's Birdwell. He drives baseline, picks up the dribble, now reverses floor. Nice out pass. Slicing through his Burchett. Shot no good. A rebound down to Swallows. And the Swallows in the half court. He sends it over baseline. A little give and go potentially. Instead, Cordell, he's playing with 4 fouls, but at this point, they got to have all their number ones in there as Adams goes up top. The body contact is where this call is coming from, as it'll be a trip to the line to shoot 2 for Brighton Swallows.
Yeah, it was a pretty good defensive play by Adams, and the official coming in saying he came over the top. He didn't come over the top. It should have been called on the body because that was all ball at the top.
Yeah, the top was clean, but the bottom there was a lot of contact to contact, body to body, as the free throw's good for Swallows, who is doing his best to keep his team season alive. He's been really, really good tonight.
I mean, yeah, you hit this. It's a 15-point game. It's not insurmountable.
These are two teams that can score quickly. Second one is no good. A rebound down. Lance Burchett goes way up to grab. And they kick over into the corner. Reverse feed back Burchett. He sends it to Adams. Adams into the corner, now corner 3. Up and no good, in and out. Rebound tip. Birdwell went up to get it. The putback, no. Trying to get it at the buzzer. And that brings us to the end of the third. After 3, I should say, it's 61-45 in favor of the Clay County Bulldogs out of Salina. You're watching coverage of the District 7 Single A Tournament presented by Hall Sports and Outdoors on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Get your new year started in your new ride. With a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, including the all-new 2024 Chevy Trax and Silverado, Frontier Chevy is ready to get you into your next vehicle. View inventory online at www.kcchevy.com or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Frontier Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
8 minutes to go in this ball game. The winner advances on to face number 1 seed Pickett County. The loser season comes to an end tonight. It's a 16-point Clay County Bulldogs lead over Clarkrange, but it's Buffalo's basketball. Brighton Swallows has 19 points, make it 22 as she splashes home the triple. And don't go away just yet. This one is not over.
13-point game, I said it. Just 15 points if he knocked down the free throw. He was able to do that. Makes
Dangerous
it a 13.
pass. This one's stolen away. Cordell with it. Cordell spins inside, puts it up with the left hand, good for 2. And a quick 5-0 run to open the quarter has Clarkrange within 11.
You said it. Back in that first half, you get a quick 8-0 run, and you are right back into this game. Clarkrange has done that.
They've led by over 20 in this game, in this second half, and there's a travel. Possession goes back the other way with 7:16 to go. It may be timeout time for Coach Rob Edwards.
He's going to let his team play a little bit. He's still got the 11-point lead, trying to see what they're made of. Let him play through it. Clarkrange, they can score, and they've been scoring it here in the second half.
Yeah, this is a big possession as Beatty dribbles off, sends it right side to Swallows. Swallows tries to drive and kicks. Cordell lines up the 3, and he in and out, no good. Long rebound
Good
tip.
tip out.
It went to Swallows. Swallows over to Cordell. Little dribble and a foul. And this is going to be 2 free throws coming for Jack Cordell, where he could cut it to single digits with 6:56 to go.
Yeah, the Clay County fans wanting to walk on that initial shot fake and probably had an argument for it. They get away with it and a chance to knock down a couple of free throws to get it within 10.
First one, good, and it is a 10-point game.
What a comeback this has been. I mean, it's just been a slow, methodical comeback. The big thing right now for Clarkrange, you need stops.
2 for 2 for Cordell. And ladies and gentlemen, that popcorn you thought you didn't need tonight, It's time to get it ready with
Break it back out.
6:50 to go in the ball game. Left side over Lance Burchett. He bounces back. Been a while since Nate Adams has touched the basketball. He has 23 points to lead all scorers. Burchett with it. Clarkrange ratcheting up the defensive pressure. Beatty's there. Over to Browning right side. Nice feed over to Birdwell. Now to Burchett.
Well, they moved to a zone, too, so trying to help them out, slow down that Clay County offense a little bit. And then they just got out of it.
It turned into a track meet at times. Burchett going to drive around. Skies up. Good. Nice finish as Lance Burchett goes around Swallows in midair. And that's a big bucket as it stops the run in its tracks. Now on the other side, Beatty slicing through, up and over his head. Good for two.
He's been impressive tonight as well. You know, when you got the name of Beatty, it's a pretty good thing to have.
In Fenchurch County, as it's 11 points tonight for him.
That includes Will Beatty as well.
3 Buffaloes are into double figures to go along with 3 Bulldogs. Now left side Browning. He reverses Burchett. Burchett off the dribble. Forced back. 5:50 to go in the ball game. It's a 9-point game. Now Burchett as the Clarkrange cheerleaders clap their hands to our left. Crossover to the elbow. Now gives off to Adams. Nate Adams explodes inside, but he couldn't finish. Rebound down. Cordell with it. Swipe from behind by Adams. Cordell dives, falls on the ball. Swallows has it, and a timeout goes to Coach Logan. High effort play. The cameraman fell asleep, but it was a timeout given to Clarkrange. A 9-point game with 5:24 to go.
It's a good thing you're so good at play-by-play.
I do my best.
Apologies
so what
on
happened,
that one.
the ball was rolling into the half court after Adams punched it. You saw diving forward was Cordell. He actually fell on the ball. It went behind him. Then another Buffalo slid in as Adams tried to get there. He did have clean possession, and the timeout was granted to Coach Logan. With 5:24 to go, the complexion of this game has changed significantly. That running clock question was in your mind as it was over a 20-point lead, and now that is far, far away.
Yeah, completely out of it. And there's 3 timeouts left for either side. Still 5:24 to play in this game. No fouls yet in this fourth quarter, or 1 foul, I beg your pardon, called on Clay County so far. So nobody really in foul trouble yet, at least getting toward that bonus. And so for Clarkrange, got to run a good offensive set. And they've done that so far in the second half. They've run some really good offense and knocked down some really big shots. Have to keep getting those stops, stringing together those stops. And they've changed it up defensively a little bit. They've gone to a zone. They kind of drop out of that matchup zone, and then they go into a man. And we'll see what they kind of come out of the timeout doing here.
They've been outscored. Clay County's been outscored by 7 points so far here in this fourth quarter. 5:24 to go. They still are in the catbird seat, out in front by 9. See what buttons Coach Edwards try to push there in that timeout as Beatty's going to inbound. He sends it in. Nice behind-the-back dribble for Swallows. Baseline wide open underneath as that one is kicked by Burchett and rockets into the back row of those chairs down the baseline. Waiting on the other side, fresh into the game, is Tristan Taylor. He was wide open on the low block, but Burchett able to blast it away.
Rusty's got to be alert down there.
No doubt about it. That one tipped up into the air, but Swallows comes away. He gives back to Cordell. Cordell's playing with 4 fouls. Step back 3, no. Rebound going up to get it was Nolan Adams. Big opportunity for the Bulldogs. Adams looking across, and it was right into the teeth of 3 different Buffaloes. Waiting for it was England. Braden England into the half court. England looking baseline. Cordell, power dribble, shot fake, good. Jack Cordell finishes for 2, and the Buffaloes are within 7.
How about that?
This young Buffaloes team swipes it away for a steal and then a foul. Burchett going to be called for the personal, and the Clarkrange faithful are into this one right now. And that's going to be the 3rd on Lance Burchett, team 2nd. Clarkrange basketball with 4:45 to go. This is a team that's had virtually no postseason success for a decade plus, as this one's going to be swiped away. Burchett with it, and he is bumped in the foul. This will be 2 free throws upcoming for Lance Burchett. And sliding in was Chris Beatty doing what he needed to do to make sure that wasn't worth the shot didn't get away.
I was going to say, he did a good job because I think he tried to bait him into it like he was going to give a lot of contact, and then he tried to back out at the last second. He gave just enough to get the foul call, but it was almost a travel because he tried to back out of it.
This has not been easy at the line tonight for Clay County, but this is where the money time comes in. This is where the experience comes into play for this program, as the first free throw is good.
Well, how big have the free throws been, not only for Clay County, for Clarkrange as well? There's been a lot of misses at the line tonight on both sides, and one of the teams could have taken advantage, but Good 2 free throws there for him.
Yeah, Lance Burchett is up into double figures as well, the 4th Bulldog to do that tonight, as it is a 9-point lead again for Clay County. Now Taylor able to save it in. Birdwell knocked it out of play. It'll stay with Clarkrange. Because of how big of a lead it was for Clay County, they could afford that little slow stretch. The question is, are they out of it, or does Clarkrange have another haymaker left in them? Inbound coming in, sent over to Swallows. He bounces into Cordell. Cordell drives, puts it up with the left hand, and then out, no. Rebound down. Nolan Adams goes up to get it. Now he sends it to Nate. Numbers if they hurry for Clay County. Nate Adams, mid-range jumper, no. Rebound down. Birdwell with it. The putback, good. Weston Birdwell puts it back into double digits.
And right back up to 11 points. You mentioned it. Have they weathered that storm? Seems like they have, and they're back kind of in that forefront.
And Cordell's foot was on the line. It goes back to Clay County. And again, it was the right call. Coach Logan had to call timeout in that chaotic sequence, but it allowed Rob Edwards to go to the clipboard. And since then, Clay County has looked like Clay County again as they're out in front by 11 with the ball midway through the 4th.
Yeah, they just had to take care of the basketball, and they've done that. They've gotten good shots inside.
Nate Adams sends it over left side. Corner 3 is up. That one good. Is that the dagger? Kyler Westmoreland with his first of the game splashes it in. It's a 14-point game. Cordell bobbles and travels. Possession back the other way as it sure appears like the Bulldogs may have weathered that storm.
7-0 run. That's all it is right now. It was 63-56, a 7-0 run by Clay County. Now they're back up by 14 and the basketball back.
Nate Adams with it now here in the half court. He sends it ahead to Nolan. Nolan feed over to Birdwell, who hesitates, puts it up, and gets the call.
Yeah, I mean, they've just done a tremendous job of responding. Ever since that timeout, ever since giving Coach Edwards an opportunity to respond, get into his team, run a good set, they have done that. They've hit free throws. We'll see if Birdwell can continue that. There's still 3:36 to play, but it seems like they weathered that initial run by Clarkrange.
Clarkrange had it down to 7. Birdwell's first free throw misses off the front of the iron. It's now back up to 14. Much more breathing room if you're Clay County right now, but it is not over yet. We've seen these teams score very quickly. Second one rattles home for Weston Birdwell, who is up to 14 points tonight. 71-56 our score. Cordell, he's in trouble now, trapped, and a foul will be called. This is going to be the 3rd against Clay County. This one goes on Birdwell. That's his 4th.
Oh, he's kind of got a confused look on his face as well. Coach Edwards, not much of a contest. He's also not one to give a lot to the officials. He keeps to himself for the most part.
He's one of those quiet assassins. As
right.
you walk by,
yes.
He's going to make sure you know what you
yeah.
did wrong. But he's not trying to show anybody up as it goes left side. Now the baseline. Working in, little shot fake Swallow. It's been a while since he's had a shot attempt. No good, and a foul on the rebound. This one going to go on Brighton Swallows, his 3rd. And a 15-point Clay County lead with 3:18 to go. Looks like they may be setting up a 3rd date against their arch rivals in the form of Pickett County.
Well, they got tested in this game, and they were able to answer that test very, very well. Came back with that 8-0 run now. It still stands ever since it was a 7-point game. Have answered back up by 15. Clarkrange, they may have one more run left in them, but that may have been their biggest one.
Stick around post-game. We'll go through the scoring for both teams and have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. As with it in the half court here, working through Nolan Adams. He has it knocked out of his hands, and a foul is called. This one, I believe, is going to go on Tench, and a trip to the line for Nolan Adams to shoot 2.
Well, and for Clarkrange, you're trying to reach at everything. You're trying to poke it away, get deflections, get a steal, try to go back the other way if you can, and try to get some of that momentum back on your side.
They'll call that on the floor. So a tip of the cap coming here, or a tip of the cap, I should say, to Clarkrange for the effort that they had.
Absolutely.
They very easily could have laid down in this 4th quarter. They made it very interesting for a while, but Clay County, the effort of the players and the adjustments by Coach Edwards have stabilized things, and now we'll have a foul called on Cordell, and that will do it for Jack Cordell. Great effort for him tonight, particularly in that second half. But his day is now done as we had an earthquake up here.
Wasn't me.
Good effort by Cordell, but his day is done. This is a Clarkrange team that will be back there. They have a lot of young pieces, and the building blocks are starting to be put in. A good effort against a perennial powerhouse this evening. And now a long discussion happening with Nate Adams. And everyone's got a smile on their face, so I think we're all good. It's going to be Nolan Adams to attempt the free throw.
Yeah, this Clarkrange team, they've got the pieces in there. Offensively, you can see it. They've got some really good players out there. I mean, Beatty has shown off. You've seen Swallows as well. It's the defense that they need to figure out a little bit, and he can teach that. You can work on that pretty easily.
Second one good as well. 2 for 2 for Nolan Adams, 73-56. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Beatty sends over right side. Now that one's going to be tipped and intercepted. Clay County finishing this one in style. There goes Kyler Westmoreland, knocked out of his hands, went right to Adams. Little mid-range jumper, no foul inside. We got a tie up, and now everybody needs to calm down just a little bit here. Tie up there.
Yeah, you had Adams and I think it was England.
Get a little chippy, little frustration building perhaps.
Foul on Clarkrange, number 15, Tristan Taylor.
This one goes on Tristan Taylor. That's his second personal.
Yeah, it was off the ball that England and Nolan Adams were kind of getting tangled up a little bit. And these are young high schoolers. I mean, they're playing hard. They're trying to do everything they can. They don't want to see the season come to a close.
Right. Nolan Adams goes to the line as they're in the bonus. He's going to shoot 2. First one rattles home. That one's good. So Adams came off the bench, and he's doing a job and a half. 2 for 2. He's up to 14 points tonight. Now quickly, Chris Beatty pushes the tempo, driving in decisively, and we've got a foul call. This is the 4th team foul. Weston Birdwell's day is done as he's now fouled out.
One again for Clay County. This is still a 12-0 run. It was a 7-point game, and they answered back with a 12-0 run, and now lead it 75-56.
Well, I asked if Coach Edwards would push the right buttons. He certainly did in that timeout. Birdwell gets a round of applause from his fans.
He played really well tonight.
Andrew Smith is back in form. Inbounds goes into the corner. Working through into the low block. Turnaround up and under. No. Attempted by England. Rebound comes down to the Bulldogs. 2:35 to go in regulation.
Yeah, now Clay County's going to slow it down. We'll see if Clarkrange throws some high pressure out there.
19-point game. This one appears to be over. Nate Adams with it. He sends it inside. Burchett, and Lance Burchett will finish with a right-handed lay-in. Lance Burchett, he's up to 12 points. Pardon me, I can't do math. He's up to 13 points as that one's tipped, and he got the steal on the other end. Now Burchett going to take it himself. Mid-range jumper, no. Fight for the rebound. Wrestled in a travel as Burchett was going down, so it'll go to Clarkrange.
It's almost a really good job to get that pass off in time. He's kind of tied up in there with Beatty and couldn't get it away, so good job by Beatty getting a hand in there to at least alter it a little bit.
2:02 to go in the ball game. What an answer for Clay County. It got very interesting for a while, but then they rallied back, still in this big run.
14-0.
Send it over left side, England. He triggers the 3. That one's no good. Rebound down. Nolan Adams with the board, and Burchett will walk it ahead. He sends it to Nate Adams. Adams back to Burchett as Coach Edwards is about to empty the bench. Nolan Adams sends it into Nate. Nate going to work it around himself. Little runner, and that's the exclamation point on a tremendous game for Nate Adams. 25 points. And we'll have a quick 30-second timeout for the subs. So Nate Adams, I imagine his day is about to be done with 1:32 to go. And now they're actually, looks like, I don't think Clay County had any more timeouts.
They had full timeout.
They only had a
That's
full
all
timeout,
they had.
and nobody wants that to happen.
No.
So we're just going to roll. 1:32 to go. They'll charge it as a full timeout, and we'll get back to action here in a 23-point game.
Still, a 19-0 run for Clay County after it got to a 7-point game.
That is very impressive. Right side, Beatty. Step back.
Beg your pardon, 16.
Long 3, that one no good. We know we're not math guys here. We can tell you what the exact score is. Anything else, we'll get it right eventually.
Yeah.
Spinning.
Takes us half a second.
Driving in, nice feet across, 2-pointer up and good. Finished in that time. Hayden Adams with the finish.
Also back-to-back games now that Clay County has scored 80-plus points.
That is tough to do. As Tinch, I didn't even know that was possible. Starts to drive and a foul will be called on the floor. Tinch will go shoot 2.
Yeah, you're not used to that. You watch some of the Pickett County games, they'll get up there, especially the girls team. Holy cow, they can score it. That's the other thing with that Pickett County girls, Red Bowling Springs girls. Last time they played, it was 98-25.
Pickett can really score.
They can rack it up.
I suspect Thursday will be a little closer than that.
I think so, yeah.
That is my suspicion. And now we have a whistle. I'm not quite sure. Oh, it's
Bonus.
fouled. It's going to be on the bonus. It is the bonus, so it should be 2 free throws coming here for Clarkrange. And I believe Tench was fouled, so Jay Tench is going to go to the line to shoot 2 here. Tomorrow night, a UCR Coaches Show presented by Fire and Vine on the main page. Thursday, we've got several games. Friday, we've got all the games. All of them.
All of them.
Just all of them. Saturday, we'll
Except
have
for
all
5-2A.
Saturday, we'll have all of them.
Yeah.
As the first free throw is no good for Tench. .8 seconds to go. Tench's second one rattles out, and a lid formed on the basket during that full timeout for Clarkrange.
I mean, yeah, they haven't scored ever since then. Ever since it was a 7-point game, still 18-0 run right now.
This one going to be swiped away, and here come the Buffaloes into the half court, driving in. Shot thrown up off the glass, good for 2. Chris Beatty, he's up to 11 points. 37 seconds to go now. This is going to be a big win for Clay County. Not only do they set up a date with Pickett, they will also advance on into the region tournament. Driving inside, jump stop. Now, pass back out, swiped away by Beatty, who saves it in over his head. Went right to England. Braden England going to push it ahead. England tries to slice inside, throws it up, no. We'll get that foul called in the first quarter, but not now. 12 seconds to go. Now they send it over. Right side, and Clay County will hold. That will do it. Final score tonight, Clay County 81, Clarkrange 58. The Bulldogs advance on to the semifinal round of the District 7 Single A tournament. It was very interesting for a while. Clay County was really controlling this entire game. Then a quick burst to start the fourth quarter by Clarkrange, cut it down to single digits, but a huge rally for Clay County delivers them the victory.
It was an 18-2 run to finish the game. After they got it down to 7 points, Clarkrange calls a timeout, trying to talk some things over, what they want to do to get back into the game. And Clay County, they also get a timeout. During that time, we're able to draw some things up defensively, get some stops, and get the points going as well. 18-2 run, responding after Clarkrange made a run and made it a 7-point contest. A really, really good response by Clay County. And again, you said it, tip of the cap to Clarkrange, because they were down by 20 points earlier on in this game, got it all the way back to 7, and then Clay County responds well. And for Clay County, they're playing some of their best basketball now. Back-to-back games, back-to-back wins, and they have scored 80-plus points.
Clarkrange's season comes to an end with a record of 5 wins, 21 losses. The scoring for the game is as follows. For Clarkrange, 22 points for Brighton Swallows, 16 for Jack Cordell, 13 for Chris Beatty, 4 for Braden England, 3 for Jay Tench, for a team total of 58. For the victorious Clay County Bulldogs, who advance on in this tournament, punch their ticket to the region tournament, and finish or improve their record to 12 wins and 13 losses. They are led offensively by Nate Adams with 25 points, 14 points tonight for Nolan Adams, 13 for Lance Burchett, 14 as well for Weston Birdwell, 7 for Wyatt Browning, 3 for Kyler Westmoreland, 2 for Hayden Adams, and 1 for Andrew Smith, for a team total of 81. It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Who's it going to tonight, Jacob?
It's going to be Nate Adams, 25 points. A lot of those coming in the first half, but he was also the catalyst there on that 18-2 run. He, alongside Nolan Adams, played really well. Weston Birdwell had a really nice game for the Clay County Bulldogs. And again, it's going to be a tough matchup with Pickett County coming up on Friday. But for Pickett County, again, they've got the 2 wins this year. You cannot overlook this Clay County team. They've got the experience. Of course, they've got the coach that has done it before. They're saying they're doing the same thing. They made it to a sub-state round last year and a game away from making it to the state tournament. So Pickett County, they've got their eyes set on the glass house again, but it is going to be Nate Adams.
It's going to be a big-time game on Friday night as Pickett County, the number 1 seed, will take on the number 4 seed, Clay County Bulldogs, at 6:30 in this gym. Following that game will be the boys' matchup, the 2-3 boys' game between Red Bowling Springs and Gordonsville. The girls' matchups will be on Thursday as Pickett County faces off against Red Bowling Springs, and then it will be Clarkrange against Clay County, and a big one there as this tournament's going to get very, very good in a hurry. Join us tomorrow night for the UCR Coaches Show presented by Fire and Vine on the main UCR Facebook page. Then we'll have coverage of district tournaments around really the entire state. Continuing on Thursday. Keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest coverage of these games. We also have coverage from Gainesboro tonight. Goose was there as Monterey gets a win. Jackson County gets a girls win. Monterey's boys are the team that got the win in that second game, so complete coverage to come from there. Rusty was here tonight for coverage of these 2 games that we had this evening. Thank you so much for spending part of your Tuesday night with us. Once again, your final score, Clay County 81, Clarkrange 58. I'm Noah McKay for Jacob Vincent to my right and everybody at UCR. Have a great night, everybody.